If you're not growing, you're dying. In this video, I want to tell you how you can quickly experience a transformation, a quick uptake in your energy field so you can enter into a new dimensional reality, because that's what personal transformation does. It levels you up to the next playing field. A very important lesson in transformation is the ability to be dynamic. Staying the same or living in a static field will burn out your very being. So either you're growing or you're dying. And yes, you can go on for quite some time like that in the stagnant energy, but without anything happening. It's just a slow decay. For most of you watching this video, it's likely you've experienced so much in life already that you can't even imagine what else life has to offer. And so you're either satisfied with the status quo or you're not, and you're stuck. Maybe you still haven't found your passion or your calling. Maybe those things seem like an unattainable goal for you now at this point in your life. But if all of that is just fine for you, then I'm not sure why you clicked on this video. Maybe you do want something more. And who knows? Maybe after listening to what I have to say, something of a new perspective might open up in your mind to consider that transformational growth is still in your cards. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But first, you need to become aware of two very important things. One, what it is you want. And two, what it is you don't want. Whichever one you have a longer list to will inform the other. For instance, if you have a longer list of what you don't want, then you will also be able to formulate what you do want. Here's an example. You don't want to go to work anymore. Informs you that you want a change in your workplace or the kind of work that you do. You don't want useless people in your life. This informs you that you want people who bring value into your life. Or it could even just be as simple as you want to be alone, but maybe you don't want to be alone. Then that informs you that you need a partner, a connection in some way. Whether it's one that you need to cultivate within yourself, or if you already have that, and be honest, then yes, you want to cultivate a connection with someone else. What I want you to focus on is the list of the things that you want. When you focus on what you want, it's more likely that you will receive. When you focus on what you don't want, it's likely that you'll receive that. And I know that's what you don't want, but what you do want must also be in your control. You have conceived, the idea has been birthed, but other factors still remain, which is the belief. Once you put your mind to what it is you want, even saying, I don't want to be broke anymore. Okay, so I want to make $100 today. You act as if that's your purpose. You put yourself in the energy of $100. If you get 50, then it tells you you only put in the energy of $50 that day. Hence, you conceived 100, but only believed in 50 being possible, so you got 50. If you want to change in your workplace or the kind of work you do, and you put out this intention, you conceive of this being possible, but you don't quite believe in the how. You know it's what you want, but how will it ever come to be? This is where our subconscious beliefs are going to play the biggest role. And what ends up happening is you get laid off. Well, that might not be what you expected, but it might be what you inadvertently or unconsciously wanted, because remember, you didn't want to go to work anymore. You might not have shifted the energy enough and ended up losing your job. Something you thought you were not in control of, but you are a bundle of energy, and energy doesn't lie. So be careful when you focus on what you want versus what you don't want. These things can happen very quickly. And bring these intentions into your daily life. When you wake up, when you brush your teeth, when you drink your water, act with the knowing that whatever it is you want is on its way. If you say, I'm tired of these kind of people always showing up in my life, then these people will keep showing up in your life. Or you may end up without any people in your life and wonder what happened. If you say, I don't want to feel shame and betrayal anymore, chances are people will show up to betray and shame you. So it's very important to focus on what you want. And if you're looking at an emotional outcome, then instead of focusing on the emotion you don't want, ask yourself instead, how do you want to feel? Empowered and free. Then you will slowly start to see people show up in your life who allow you to test your empowerment and freedom. You might be thinking this sounds a lot like manifestation, and it is, because the first hand in transformation is manifestation. Manifestere is the combination of two Latin words, manus, meaning hand, and festus, meaning to strike or to perform. That leads to the trans, which is the movement, the change. You have to play an active hand in it first. You have to see your manifestations move into the transformation. And then we have the ultimate evolving. Evolve comes from the Latin word evolvere, to unroll. When something is unrolling, unraveling, it is doing so gradually, not all at once. You have to allow these things to take their time. So the moment you become impatient is the moment that you lose faith, that you remove the belief that it could happen and things come to a standstill. This unrolling is unable to unroll. It stops moving. This is where you become static energy once more. The next step is very important. If you haven't already written down what it is you want, make sure you do that now. Followed by why. Why you want this thing is just as important as the thing you want, if not more important. Why do you want a new job? Why do you want different people in your life? Why do you want to feel more empowered and free? Why do you want $100? Because if your why goes back to what you don't want, then you end up burning your hand on the fire that you just lit for yourself. This is where you're going to be able to tell if you're not going to get what you want, because the pain you're having to endure to get there is outweighing the efforts you're putting in. Yes, you will have to endure some pain, but the pain is worth it. It doesn't even feel like pain. For the most part, it's part of the process, and so you accept it. But if you say you want to change in the workplace or in your career, and the why is because you hate all the people there and you're not appreciated, then bam, you just ruined it for yourself. Versus saying your why is because you're excited to experience something new and you're looking for a challenge and something to reignite your passion. Then, wow, you just brought a wonderful energy to making this happen. It's also very important to keep this to yourself. The second you tell someone else is the second the energy is now in someone else's field and can be manipulated from your manifestation. You have to allow it to fester within yourself and do not leak it out to anyone, because others may steal this important energy you're vibrating. You see, before you can manifest something that will then lead to your transformation, you have to be in the vibrational energy of it. This is why you cannot focus on what you don't want. And your why can't be part of what you don't want either, because the energy of those things are low vibrational energy. It will only keep you in the lower energy states where manifesting something from a higher level is impossible. The final step in this process is the icing on the cake. And this is the feeling you bring to what you want. The feeling of why you want it. You can manifest many things, but if not for the right reason, your transformational process will fall flat on its face one day, and you'll be seen as a fake, and you will find yourself blaming everyone else for your downfall. The law of attraction is only the secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. Think of it like the electric field of an energy that is sent into the ground when you plug in a radio. You're turning your machine on. You are giving it the energy it needs to then tune into the station you want to listen to. And the station you want to listen to is the thing that you want. What does it sound like, look like, feel like? That is the song of it. You don't want to be singing the sad cowboy lyrics of something you don't have and that you don't want. So you need to be in the vibration of what you do want and manifest it in terms of the song. And you know what a song has the power to do, to transform your life. The more and more you keep tuning into those songs, dancing them out, before you know it, you'll be walking to the new soundtrack of your life. The reason you got to where you are in the first place is a result of the energy you had within you. If you want more of that, then keep it up. If you want something different, then change it up. For some, this feels like it takes forever. And you wish it would speed up and happen now. And for some, yes, this can happen fast. But that's for someone who's already working within a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset already know how this works. They see it happening to them every day. They put their mind to something, they believe in it, and it happens. Usually faster than they ever planned, which is why you have to be prepared for it. Versus someone with a fixed mindset. You're going to struggle bringing your wishes into reality because the first obstacle that's in the way is you, your thoughts, your limiting beliefs. And that can't be changed overnight. You have to be the person who sets the intention to become a different thinker. Why? Because you want to achieve the things in life that are important to you, whatever they may be. But make sure you're doing this for yourself. Make sure these changes that you seek are for you. Yes, others may benefit, but your why has to be rooted from an internal force. Otherwise, you know where you'll land: another burning hand, losses instead of gains, heartaches instead of wins. Now, this might be basic stuff to you, or it might be a new concept that you've never considered. Either way, think about who could benefit from seeing this video. Who would you share this concept with? And who would appreciate hearing these reminders? Sharing this video not only helps my channel, but it could also help someone else who needs to hear it. And then the final step is to just step back, leave it alone, forget about it, and just allow it to happen. And that's what I'll be speaking about in my next video, the act of leaving it alone.